kettlebell RDL deficit. Okay, so deficit means you're gonna go below the ground. All right. So same thing as a regular RDL. Set your shoulders back, down. All right. Try to break kettlebell off. Okay. Think about pushing hinge your hips back. Keep that back straight. Down. Go down as far as you can, keeping those shoulders. And I have issues, so I take that down a little bit. If I go down a little further, I'm going to lose it. Maybe not.
You had already lost it a long time ago. So come back to the top. So imagine, another way to think of it is imagine pinching something between your tricep and your lat right now. So you're holding, basically you're holding something between your tricep and your lat. You can't release that tension. Go ahead and try again. Yep, so it's right there is where you lose it. You feel it moving? Yeah. So that's okay. You're not bending your knees. In an RDL, you can bend your knees. So that'll give you a little bit more mobility, but you've got to then think about it as driving your hips back. Think about there's a wall behind your hips you really want to hit. Drive your hips. Bend your knees more and drive your hips. There you go. Keep pushing your hips, push your hips. Yeah, your hips are so friggin' tight. But those are, yeah, and you can say that. That's totally a humble way of coaching exercise. Hey, I'm really not great at this, but these are what we're reaching for. Yeah.
Okay. You, since your hips aren't as tight as mine, you keep that back straight. You're just gonna try to go below that box. Not looking at my back, you're looking at the kettlebell. Just doing good. Bring it back, squeeze that butt back up the top. Alright?
That one's okay on your knees, right, Brett? That would be okay on your knees.
Yeah, my knees actually felt pretty good yesterday with baby lunges. So
oh, that's awesome. Okay.
I'm feeling a little better.
Okay, good. Okay, so basically, Kyria, just coach them as hard as you can coach them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have your feet shoulders apart. Good. Okay. Set those shoulders. Okay. Down. All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hinge at the hips, push those hips back.
No, it's just I did that.
Hard load down again. Try to load down a bit. Using it 45 degrees. Squeeze that butt at the top.
So I need you to drive through your toes a lot more. I need you to try to get, I need you to try to get, remember the idea of the deficit is to get lower than the box. So see what happens when you attempt to get lower than the box. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about though right now, Brett. You're like you're a client. You don't know anything.
Okay.
I'm in charge, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, so basically, if that was the kind of, hey, like, I think this is probably too much of a deficit for you, and you're gonna probably get into your back if I have you go any lower. So it's not an exercise. Like, once again, that's why deficit is like a very advanced exercise for someone that's developed a lot of hip strength and mobility. But yeah, toes down was really important there. And then go through it one more time, Brett. So he's losing his pelvis set right here. He's pushing his hips really back. So what I'd say to him is like, hey Brett, remember that pelvic tuck we've talked about so much where I just really want you to pull through your lower back into a little bit more flexion. So come back to the top, yep. And just play with your pelvic tilt a couple times. Push your butt back. Remember, that's your, don't go down, no, just a little pelvic. Yep, so that's pelvic. There you go, that's an interior pelvic tilt. Push your hips back, like you want me to look at your butt? There you go. Now go ahead and roll your pelvis under by squeezing your butt. Other way, lower the pelvis. So this is you now. Now I want you to take your pelvis and I want you to roll it under. Yeah. Okay, so now maintaining that pelvic tuck, right? Now you're gonna go into that RDL again. Driving your hips behind you, beautiful, load your toes, load your toes. Good, and then squeeze the glutes, drive up through the floor. Awesome, where are you feeling that?
Hamstrings.
Hamstrings.
Back a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Not pain.
Okay, good. Are your glutes working, your butt working? Beautiful, are you feeling tension through here? Mm-hmm. Good, awesome. So just like getting to inside his head to know what he's feeling is also really important as a coach, because if I don't know what he's getting out of it, what's the point, right? All right, switch. Single leg RDL loaded. So now Brett's coaching. Kyria is the client that knows nothing.
With this, you want dumbbell, kettlebells, and mat?
Oh, you need boxes? You can take them.
I'll grab one of these colors.
I mean, we can use Valor's too.
No, that's actually probably works better.
Okay, go ahead, then,
You
sorry.
use dumbbell, kettlebells, and mat?
Single leg, it doesn't matter. Nope, whatever your preference is. You can use this, you can use something lighter.
Alright. This is counter.
You'll need two anyways, but yeah, counter loaded to start.
Alright, curious, so we're going to do some single loaded RDLs. We're going to have
Counter loaded first.
counter loaded.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, so we're going to do counter loaded, which means we're going to have our weight in the opposite of our front foot. That way our balance stays square. So feet are under us. We're going to have the kettlebell right here at our side. And what we're going to do here, I'm trying to remember, my gosh. So
Think of RDL but single leg. RDL but single leg.
That's what we're going, like leg up, right? Okay, so feet are under, shoulder blades are back, chest is up, we've got the weight at our side, hips square. We're gonna find this foot here, we're gonna hinge down, this weight close to us. We're gonna have a stiff back leg, we're gonna have some flexion on this knee, hips are square, and we're gonna go right back up. Driving our hips back, chest up the whole time. I like riding it, I don't want to drive it, I don't want to take it. Step back leg, you gotta have a step back leg. So do a little better than I do with that. My balance is definitely off.
Yeah, like some of my buddies, they love it. Yeah, they like washing it down and waxing.
Alright, so weight to your side.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out.
I'm like, hey Brett, I really need you to work on keeping your lats. It's actually gonna make you a lot better at the exercise because you have all these big muscles that if you don't engage them, they're not helping you perform the exercise. If you're able to maintain that stiffness when you're doing it, you're gonna feel better with the movement. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay, like maybe I'll try harder. Even though they are trying hard, but it's easier for them to try harder when there's a reason behind why they're doing it, you know?
Yeah. All right. Shoulder set. Back. All right. Okay. Do an anterior pelvic tilt. All right. Now you hinge forward. Kick that leg back. Keep those lats activated. Squeeze that butt back at the top. Good.
Nice.
Back. Good. No.
There goes my left.
All right, that looks good. What I want you to do is try to keep the head down. All right, you want everything in line. Head is up. All right.
So do one more for me, Brett. Watch his spine. You see right there, he loses it. So as the coach watching him from that lateral, you'll be like, all right, Brett, next time I'm gonna put my hand here. I only want you to go this low just to make sure we're keeping it in the right part of your body, okay? Go ahead. Good, right there. I want you to drive here and squeeze your butt. Beautiful. Do you feel that in your lower back at all? Okay, right there. Hinge, squeeze the glute, drive. Perfect. Once again, this is an advanced exercise, so the person doing this probably has better control of their pelvis at that point, but I can see how he's going from using his hips to then using his back. It's like this movement. It's my hips, now it's my back. So that you can see that him doing that. So as the coach, I'm just gonna control his depth to make sure, because he might not know that. Like he might just be like, that's what the exercise feels like. Shouldn't feel like that. So you have to be able to see it for them. All right, kiddos, where are we going? We going, so tempo deadlifts. It doesn't say, oh, with barbell. Varying hand positions, so let's do, yeah, because we need a barbell deadlift for everything left. So let's go that black, red, silver bar, and we'll just get 2 light plates and go with it. And then if you can strip the clips off the bottom, Kyria.
Still accepting presidents. Oh, wait, you gave me a president.
So then tempo can mean a lot of things. What's an example of tempo?
Tempo could mean slow as it's going, as you're going down.
Concentric, eccentric, either direction, right?
Either direction. You can hold it like 4, being down at 4, coming back at 4.
Exactly. So everything on programming for us is always written out like that. Like 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Things like that. Like Taylor and I were talking about a push-up yesterday that's labeled a tempo push-up 3, 3, 3. How do you break that down? I'm asking.
Take 3 seconds to go down.
3 seconds.
Staying down. 3 seconds.
Exactly, right. So basically that's with almost every exercise you can create stuff like that, but that's obviously a very advanced thing to thing. So let's just go through varying hand positions now that we understand the tempo part. Let's go varying hand position. What are our options? Brett's up to coach? Is Brett coaching? Yeah. Switch grip is that, yeah. You pick whatever you want for Kyria.
So it's the barbell deadlift.
We won't do them all. We'll just pick one hand position, explain the reason for it, and then have Kyria execute it.
Behind the different pose.
Oh, okay. That's great. Yeah. Do you know the reason behind different hand grips? Right in front of your shoulders, right? Right.
Normally that's the easiest one.
Well, this actually, switch grip, what he's talking about, is easier.
Yeah, it is.
Why?
To get your bicep into it. You need to have better.
Shoulder mobility. It's the least demand on shoulder mobility. Because you're putting each internal, external, versus this requires me to have really good shoulder set, right? That. And then this demands a lot of mobility in my bicep and my shoulder. And then wide is going to do what? Wide hold will do what for a deadlift, Brett? Exactly. Yeah. Harder, easier on people with tight shoulders, for sure. If you have someone tight shoulders and try to do a narrow grip, it's not going to be easy for them. They're not going to set their shoulders. So Brett, you just decide what you'd prefer Kyria to do, and then I don't know if you want to get your heel elevation.
I've never used that actually.
You what?
I said, I don't think I've ever used that actually.
It's phenomenal for lots of reasons, but definitely for what Kyria's weaknesses
So we're
are.
gonna do switch grip deadlift. We're gonna have our heels elevated so that we have a little more hip mobility. So feet are gonna be sort of width apart. We're gonna have the bar over our ankles against our shins. Switch grip, so we've got one with the palm forward, one back here. One bar against our legs, like I said. We're gonna sit down into that squat position.
Carefully your knees,
Engage
Brett.
our lats, lock out our elbows. We're gonna explode up off the tripod of our feet. Like that. We're keeping our lats back the whole time. Come down nice and slow. We're gonna reset. So bar up against the ankles again.
Back of the
Down into that. Engage the lats. Lock out our elbows. We're gonna drive up again. Keep our chin tucked the whole time. Sound good? Good questions?
Kyria, you're an infant. Do you know what engage your lats means?
Break
Can
the
you
bar in half.
engage your lats standing there? Not if you're an infant, right?
Not if I'm an infant.
So it's not a great cue because 99% of people don't know
Where you said, like,
engage
pretend to break the bar.
yeah, like use other words, or hey, I really need you to make orange juice between your lat and your tricep. Whatever, you can use different analogies, but like you have to have different ways of explaining things than just engage the muscle, because like, yeah, I can engage my lat sitting here, but like, I don't know, right? I don't think Paul can. You hear me? No. Anyways, so yeah, you gotta have, other ways of delivering it.
Alright, so elbows are locked, and we're going to pretend to break that barbell in half so that part is facing forward. Cool.
No twisting, I can feel this racing.
What's the benefit of having your lats on when you're doing it?
So what?
What's the benefit of using your lats when you're deadlifting?
It's going to engage your back more, right?
Exactly.
Forward more.
Right.
Chest is going to fall forward.
Say these things, Brett. Get into it. Say these things.
Alright, so feet shoulder width apart. Good. Switch grip.
With that depth, girl. Woo!
Okay, so you're
Bar comes over.
Wednesday,
She's a new woman with that depth.
Sit down into that bar if you can.
by the time,
Chest up.
like when I
Engage
started,
those lats. We're going to break the bar in
7
half.
miles an hour.
Good.
As I warmed up, I finished.
Look at that. Here, that was really solid.
Reset.
No, it felt good. It felt like it was shaking everything loose and getting it like back in place. Oh, I didn't do weights. I just did everything.
Let's get chest stays up. Good.
So I just would do like goblet squats.
Exhale as we explode. Good. Any pain with it?
Forward, everything.
Those look awesome. Yeah, really good. Relax, relax. Yeah. Yeah. Coach, like, hey, did you feel it where did you feel it in your legs, like hamstrings, glutes, quads? Everywhere? Awesome. Good. Yeah. No pain in the
I
hips.
felt my lats. I was focusing on
Yeah. I thought you were gonna lose it when he told you to sit down deeper, and you did for a second, but then you were able to regain it.
Okay.
That's really good. Yeah. Because not everyone is gonna get, like, you get really low. Not everyone's gonna get that low. I thought when you said that to her, she wasn't gonna be able to maintain it, and I was about to say something, but then she fixed it, so I was like, oh, damn, girl. Okay. It's amazing what 2 days of trying something can do for you. All right, so now, Kyria, pick a foot position for Brett to try, as long as it is okay with his knees.
Yeah, I just good.
Well, we're not gonna go crazy.
Start physical therapy next week. So excited.
Sure.
All right, now we're gonna try a different foot position than we've been doing. So I'm gonna have you do a sumo deadlift. So you're gonna point your feet out. All right, so you can have your feet out wider for this one. Okay, your hands are gonna be in the middle. So same thing. I'm gonna have you do a switch grip. So you can have one hand out and the other hand forward. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna set your shoulders, squat down. Your hands are gonna be underneath you and between your legs. All right, you're gonna make sure you're gonna push through your feet with that light tripod. Tripod.
Yeah.
All right. Then what you're gonna do, grab it, set your shoulders, push up.
That's a good one for your hips too.
And then back
Hey,
down.
good. It works good for your hips. I can see your hips working. It's great.
You're wrapping up. All right. All right, go ahead.
So I would always explain the reason why you're doing a certain lift. Hey, we're gonna try sumo today. It's gonna work a lot more of your groin muscle and a lot more of your glutes in a different way than you're used to. It's really gonna help the mobility in your hips. It might demand a little bit different mobility, so we'll see how it feels. We can always adjust as we go. A common side effect of sumo with someone that has tight hips is we talked about this when you did. See, that's how much better you've already gotten. Remember when I had you demonstrate sumo and your knees caved and you weren't using your feet?
Yeah.
Now you didn't just do that. That's huge. That's really cool. I don't like what I do at all, I promise. It's all just all
All right. Yeah, feet are pointing out. All right, you're gonna bring that bar over to you. All right, make sure your lats are down and back. All right, keep that back straight.
Can't use it again.
Bring the bar closer to your
There you go.
feet. There you go. What you're gonna do is you're gonna push through your feet using that tripod position. Use that butt at the top. Good. Remember that chin. Back down. Good. Again. There you go. Good. I want you squeezing that butt at the top. Okay. Now what I want you to do is look at where you're lifting. Look down at a 45-degree angle. All right?
No, I didn't want to get to the point.
Good.
Okay, now one more rep, but Kyria, I want you to compliment him on something he's doing. Give him behavioral positive feedback. Keep working, Brett, keep working. There's something he's doing that's really noticeable to me.
Good job on pulling those lats back.
Every single rep, you're resetting your lats, right?
Yeah,
Because if
really
you,
see it.
that's a great way to always have something to say. If you can see that the client's absorbing what you're giving them, hey, like I see you driving through your feet, or I see you engaging your glutes, like that's like, oh, okay, that means I must be doing that really well. Versus, that's why I don't like that looks good. Because it's like, well, to them, especially with no mirrors, they have no idea that looks good. So saying stuff like that's really helpful for Brett as the client to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right, I'm doing it. People really like that too. Awesome, that was really good. Your confidence on that, Kyria, was really good. Okay, deficit conventional deadlift. So what I'm thinking is, you're gonna suck at that, is what I'm thinking. Maybe not, because it's hip more. Let's try it. Coach you through it, Brett. But don't use, let's use the Valor boxes, not these. The Valor boxes are the black boxes in there, and you can make it a minimal deficit. You'll see, they have feet on them.
We just need one, right?
No, you need, wait. Conventional?
Conventional?
Oh, you're elevating her. Yeah, okay, yes, just one. It's probably, yeah, I think that's better. And then it can even go less for her. You could make it just less so she can work on the, yeah, those will just snap off. Yeah. Huh?
I didn't know those did that.
Oh, yeah. We use those a lot for elevating people's feet too.
Cool. Alright, Kyria, now we're going to do a deficit conventional deadlift. Reason for that is just for a little more hip mobility. We're just going to work your hips and your glutes a little bit more, okay? So make sure that's straight.
And that's beautiful, because Kyria now, having been a client here for a while, she's now noticing every time you say something about her hips or her glutes, and she now knows, probably from her assessment, that she's tight in those areas. Hey, they're really listening to me. You're giving me things that are needed for me versus like just giving me random exercises.
Yeah, that's good. Alright, so feet are going to be shoulder width apart. Bar's going to be above our ankles again. We're going to go overhand grip with this. We're going to sit down into that. We're going to engage our lats by trying to break this bar in half. So that part of your elbows should be facing forward. Chin's going to be tucked. We're going to explode up off the tripod of our feet. And we're going to pretend like we're shaving our legs with the bar. Sound good? We're going to reset at the bottom. We're going to sit back and engage those lats again by trying to break the bar in half. We're going to explode up off the tripod of our feet. Exhale and as we explode back. Any questions?
Kyria, what does the word explode to you mean? Yeah, it's not a great word because people are going to jolt it off the ground, right? I mean, you want to drive, you want tension, you want power, but I don't know what kind of response the word explode would get for me. Like, I would think like, and I see people doing that a lot with like RDLs and deadlifts, like they're really quick and powerful, but like you can see that the joint alignment isn't correct. So it's like, I don't know what that feels like, but I don't want to feel it, you know?
Drive off the tripod.
So, something, yeah.
Cool. Alright, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to pull that bar back against our shins, right above our ankles. Good. We're going to sit down
Really
into
testing her
that
now.
if we can. It's good. Keep those heels down. We're really using the tripod of our feet here, so we're using our heels and both our toes. Chest is going to be up as high as we can. Tuck
There
that
you
chin,
go.
And we're going to drive up off those feet.
Yes.
Bar close to our legs. Good. Squeezing our glutes to the top. Going back down. We're going to reset. Good. Alright. Drive up off the tripod. Keep the bar close to us. Good. Where are you feeling this?
My legs.
My brain, my
My
brain.
toes.
Your toes?
Yeah, that's more of
Because you're pushing so hard? I'm surprised it's not your lats. You're using your lats a lot to maintain that position.
I have to.
Well, exactly. It's a huge difference.
Good job keeping my chest up.
That's awesome, Kyria. Good job. Really good coaching work. That was good. Awesome. Way more confident. That's cute. Killer.
There you go, Bob. Nice.
Okay. Deficit RDO, we basically already did with these. It's just now barbell, which I feel like we're pretty solid on that, right? We feel good about that. You're totally getting the lat thing. That's huge. That's what people don't understand about a conventional deadlift.